What's up, Zombs? Welcome to the second episode of the Scream Stream Live Play and Podcast with special guest, YouTube gamer and theorist, Jon Ford. If you like the format, click like and comment. My guest, Jon Ford, has been on YouTube for over 3 years, and he recently passed a milestone of 1,500 subscribers. Jon's Resident Evil 7 theory videos have been all over YouTube and are jam-packed with great information. You know him, you love him, now let's talk to him. Don't forget to show him some support on his channel, and I hope you enjoy our conversation.
Today we're playing Resident Evil 5, and the special guest is Jon Ford. You know him from his Resident Evil videos. Jon,
what's up, guys? It's that delay. It seems everything's working now, so it's very good to be playing with WheresBarry on this channel. Long time coming.
Jon, you don't have to look at the chat. I'll do that. So if you guys have questions, just ask it in the chat, and then I'll ask Jon. And then, Jon, why don't you just start by telling us what the direction is of your channel right now, what kind of games you're going to start playing, and what kind of games you are interested in playing.
Well, the main stuff that's always going to stay is Resident Evil. Like, literally when I first created this channel, Resident Evil is always, like, the main game of my childhood. But I'm going to start playing other stuff, Metal Gear especially. See all the games I had grown up with. I'm gonna do playthroughs of like literally every single Resident Evil game on their hardest difficulties, which is something I've actually never done. I've only beaten Resident Evil 6 on its hardest difficulty, and let's be honest, that game is really not that hard.
Oh my gosh. Right. And I am playing as Chris, and Jon's playing as Sheva.
Yeah.
And I stink at this game, especially after playing Resident Evil 4 for like 12 hours. The controls are different in this, and it took me forever. Oh, God.
Yeah, I was going to tell you to back off, but I thought you had seen it. Let's see. Have you played this game, like, fully through before?
I played it the day it came out. I played it that day and the next day, and I beat it, and I never played it again. So that was, what, 7, 10 years ago, something like that.
Wow.
And then I played it last week with Joe after work.
Well, I've actually played this game recently. I'm trying to platinum it, so I'll take the lead.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. And then with the questions, it's a little bit harder to figure it out. But
do you want to control the light, or do you want me to control the light?
What are you talking about?
Okay. All right. We'll go down, and you'll see. Okay, you know what? Put the lantern down, I'll hold the lantern. You have a lot more ammo than me.
I don't know how to put the lantern down.
Put it down? I think you have to aim.
Alright, so what's your favorite thing about the upcoming Resident Evil 7 game that you're looking forward to the most?
It has to be just the way they're promoting it. Like, they're really showing, like, there's a lot of mystery with the game. That's something Resident Evil hasn't done in a long time. Like, the fact that there's so much theories created by the community is just insane. And also the fact that Jack just seems like a crazy boss. You know, I kind of need help. I'm just running past them.
I can't get by him.
Oh, we're taking some damage here, dude.
Will you make any videos about like old Resident Evil games, or will you be focusing on Resident Evil 7?
Right now, my main focus is Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 2 Remake. There are a lot of trivia things people don't know about Resident Evil 2. Like, a lot of people don't know the fact that Leon was actually late going to the police department because his girlfriend broke up with him, and he literally drunk himself to sleep.
I definitely.
A lot of people don't know. You didn't know that?
What's up, Philip, Goldheart, Annette, Mac Attack, Apple Pie Lover, King of Gaming?
Okay, this was not the best start.
It's alright. Everybody's interested in the question. Oh, jeez. You saved me. I didn't expect that. When you're going to start streaming, if you're going to start streaming?
By next month, my entire stream setup should be complete. Right now, I am working out the kinks of everything.
And why don't you tell them...
Alright, we gotta...
Why don't you tell them about your computer problem as well, and why you had to stop making videos for...
Well, basically, I had a very bad laptop I had when I was still in high school. Like I've had it for like 8 years of my life, and that computer just put me through a lot. I've made a lot of videos on it, but I couldn't start it up anymore. The whole entire thing just died on me. But you literally made all the videos I wanted to make, so I'm pretty sure most of the people on my channel had went over to yours. But yeah, that was the main issue of my channel for a very long time. But people like Philip, he stuck around for a long time.
Well,
I'm pretty sure Goldheart was there for a while too.
It seemed like YouTube stopped giving you like the suggested videos stopped being your videos for some reason, and I don't understand
Yeah.
why.
I think because you have to like upload content constantly for the suggested list to recommend you, because on your channel you're always up there. Alright, so we're gonna run through this part because we cannot kill all these people.
Alright.
I know exactly where to go, so just like follow me, I guess. Like ever since like the spoiler video came out, people have been like commenting that all over my channel. I've tried my best to hide it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. People today were like, "Did you hear this new news?" And I'm like sending them an article from June when the news actually came out.
Alright, let's just get out of here. I think he's dead, Barry. I think he's dead.
Milestone Driver and a couple other people were asking, what is your favorite Resident Evil character?
Oh my god, that's such a hard question. Okay, can I make a top 3? Can I just like... Because I can't just choose one. That is a little too hard.
Alright.
I guess if I absolutely had to choose one character, it'll definitely be Leon. Just because like that character is just like cool, he's collected, and he has some corny one-liners in Resident Evil 4, like some very corny one-liners. Did you ever get up to the part where you had to beat the chief?
Yeah.
Like in the...
Yeah. Yeah, I just
remember,
beat
like...
the little Napoleon guy, so I'm close, sort of close to the end.
Oh, Salazar? It's like parts when Leon, after you beat the chief boss in the farmhouse, he said "Hasta luego."
Mm-hmm.
Like what? There's some corny lines he says. I don't know. That character just like speaks to me.
The one that I just saw was where he jumped into a trash chute, and then he's like, said something about her butt protecting the fall or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's corny lines like that that just makes Leon a memorable character.
That's why Barry's my favorite character, because of the one-liners that he had in the first game that just didn't make any sense.
I can't lie, it's gotten to the point where I cannot play through Resident Evil 1 without like saying, "I've got this," Barry with the Magnum.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just such a funny character. I don't know, and the whole Jill sandwich thing, which will never get old.
Yep.
Who's the character you dislike the most, though?
I don't know. Steve Burnside, it was annoying, but he was almost too funny annoying. So I don't know. And I kind of don't really like Rebecca very much. I call her Claire all the time by accident.
Now, Steve Burnside, he has like this annoying, sarcastic voice.
Yeah.
I remember watching one of your videos of you doing an impression of him.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, and it was like spot on. I think my hated character, I'm not even sure if you can consider her a character, but it's definitely Ashley in Resident Evil 4.
Oh, yeah, she's annoying. So annoying.
It's like, she can't even climb down the ladder by herself. Like, really? I think another character I kind of don't like very much is Ada Wong, just because I'm tired of wondering, like, what her true motives are in every game she's in.
A lot of people are commenting that they like Jill the best.
I think people like her because she's never been in a game that was considered, like, bad. All the games she's ever been in were always, like, great games. Like, Resident Evil 3 is probably one of, like, top 3 the best Resident Evil games. You played the first Revelations, right?
No, I only played the second one, and I just played it like a month ago for the first time.
Yeah. Oh, the first Revelations game, like, for me, I wasn't that big of a fan of RE6. So when Revelations came out and it went back to, I guess, very horror-ish, like they really tried to make the game very dark in the tanker. And she's just never been in a bad game. That game was amazing. I like it way more than 6.
Yeah, I was surprised that I liked Revelations 2 so much.
I remember one of my videos I had mentioned, like, Revelations 2 is probably one of my favorite Resident Evil games. And people were asking me, why do you like it so much? Like, people couldn't believe I loved Revelations 2 as much as I did.
They probably never played it, because that's what I would say. I'd be like, why do you like that game? It's not even one of the real games, but I never played it. So
yeah.
they probably didn't play it. And it took me about an hour to get used to it, and once I got used to it, I was like, oh, this is fun. Well, the Barry missions were the fun ones.
I kind of like I do like the old games better, but I do like the direction Resident Evil 7 is going in.
What's your favorite? Apple Pie Lover wants to know how long you've been a Resident Evil fan. So basically, what was the first Resident Evil game you played?
Resident Evil 2 was the very first Resident Evil game I played. I think I played it when I was like 5 years old, after Metal Gear Solid. It was like literally my second video game I've ever played. There's a reason why I'm more excited for Resident Evil 2 Remake than Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 2, to this day, I've continued to play. I have not stopped playing the original Resident Evil 2. It was just amazing. I feel like I had the perfect story, I had the perfect characters, and like just seeing Leon's development from being a rookie cop to working in the government is just, yeah, that's pretty much the all-time best Resident Evil game in my opinion. Alright, so what we're gonna do here, I have to set down these mines.
Right.
And when he's stunned, you're gonna shoot him.
I don't have any bullets to shoot him. What? How did he get me? What is your subscriber goal? Do you have one?
To be honest, I've been making videos for a very, very, very long time. And kind of until Resident Evil 7 started coming out, I'm actually getting the most traction. So for 2 years straight, my goal was 1,000 subs. And when I actually hit it, I kind of went insane. So I think my goal now is definitely 2,000. And we'll take it from there.
And who do you think is the woman on the other end of the phone? Quentin asks.
Okay, if I have to give Alright, it's either two people. It's probably Ada or Hunnigan. The agent that helps Leon.
Yep.
I definitely think it's one of those two because she seems like she's trying to help us. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my theory, honestly. If it's Hunnigan, and a lot of people think it's Hunnigan, I think that would be pretty cool. The fact that Resident Evil 2 Remake is gonna come out right after Resident Evil 7, and she obviously works closely with Leon. Even though Capcom says it's not going to be any returning characters, I kind of don't believe that at all.
The guy said the same thing he said before. There's going to be a connection to classic characters, but there might be a classic character in the game, but it's not going to be one of the main characters of the game. But he did say there would be a connection.
I feel like if there wasn't going to be a connection, it shouldn't be called Resident Evil, I think that, like, the fact that even in the teaser that we saw the umbrella photo, I think that just says that, like, there will be some connection to the main games.
Yeah, I don't know who it's going to... My thought is that Jake would come back, if anybody, but I don't know, just because he has Wesker ties. What?
I actually got a ton of hate for that, to be honest with you.
For which?
Like, one of my very first... For saying Jake, well, what I said was, in the Las Plagas theory, I said that maybe Jake might come back, in Resident Evil, but, like, in control of Umbrella, or maybe, like, he started the whole thing. I was just putting stuff out there, and people gave me a lot of hate for that. Like, a lot of hate. Most of the negative comments in that video, were just people, saying that I was dumb for saying Jake might make a return.
Oh yeah, I did a Wesker one as well, and people just that's like one of the most popular ones from searching, I guess, and people just come in there, F you, man, Wesker's effing dead, and I'm like, it's a video game, it's a cartoon, like it's not real life. They can bring him back 1,000 times if they want.
I feel like I think they did bring him back 1,000 times. That's what it feels like.
I don't think he'll be in the game or anything, but I'm just telling the people. I'm like, I don't think he'll be in the game. They didn't watch the video. They just saw, the title.
Yeah.
Because in the video, I prove why, he's probably not in the game, but whatever.
Like, I feel like if you really look at it, even Resident Evil 6 with Wesker was dead. Every Resident Evil game has some type of Wesker tie. It feels like, Wesker is like one of the most famous characters in Resident Evil, so him returning, I think it's a possibility.
And they can also
just because you have a theory.
They can also do, Wesker children. There were 13 of them. They're all dead. Oh yeah, well, whoops, we forgot about the 15th one or whatever. They can always bring back another Wesker family member.
Exactly. Because nobody saw that coming in Revelations 2. Until they actually shared that little screenshot back in the day when the game was coming out. So nobody thought Wesker would make a return, but then we got Wesker's sister.
Yeah.
So the fact that they can just bring out any Resident Evil characters ties out of nowhere, that's always a possibility. I think that's the main difference between Resident Evil 7 and Outlast. Because Resident Evil 7 will obviously have combat in it. I feel it's more than just you go into this room and you hide from this person. That's what I feel is a huge difference. So when people say Resident Evil 7 is just the Outlast clone, well, they couldn't be more wrong.
Oh no, yeah, that's ridiculous. And the people, and when they say it's not a Resident Evil game, it's like, okay, there's 30 things that are in Resident Evil that are in this. It's like horror and herbs and all sorts of stuff.
Exactly, The fact that there's a mansion that the interior looks like other mansions in previous Resident Evil games.
Puzzles, secret doors.
Exactly. I think that if you look for the first comments on the very first review trailer of Resident Evil 7, people were hating on the game so much, but now, especially with the teasers that had just come out, people are so excited for this game, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, I never got hating a game before it comes out when there's no information on it at all. It's like it comes out in 6 months. Oh, this game sucks. What? They didn't show anything.
Exactly. But I remember my thoughts and reactions video when the game had first shown off its first trailer. People were really hating on me. The main message of the video was give the game a chance. And people were just, they were going crazy in the comment section. I actually deleted a few comments because, it was getting really bad. It was racist slurs, this and that. You cannot take this game too seriously. The main thing I've always done with my channel was to always build hype for games, as I covered and stuff like that. It's just that, people just don't, get it. What you see in the first trailers is usually changed, by the end of the game, when it's about to become released. That's why you should never judge a game before you see more information on it, and then make a judgment.
And if you don't like it, there's 100 games out. There's games all over the place. Play something else. We haven't played Resident Evil in years, so just pretend it didn't come out. So we had 20 zombs in here watching John. This is Jon Ford, YouTube/XCOD fan 543. You've probably seen his videos before in the suggested videos, and we are playing Resident Evil 5. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat, and we'll try to get to them. Right now, we're just talking about commenters and YouTube inside stuff.
Really quickly, shoutouts to Blazing Death. That guy has been on my channel since forever. He's been one of my first Resident Evil subscribers, so shoutouts to him.
Nice. Yeah, welcome Blazing. We got Rage here, Caliban, Quentin, Milestone, Goldheart. A lot of positive comments for John in his videos. I also watch John's videos and enjoy the theories that are in there as well.
I was actually I was making like I'm in the process of making a video of like the 7 most dumbest theories I created and like just stopped.
Nice.
Whatever. I remember one of the theories I was actually working on for a long time was like they were remember how in the teaser they were saying how they were working for a show called Sword Gators?
Yeah.
So I literally was looking up Sword Gator stuff, and like I saw a movie that came out in 1999, so I'm like, oh my god, this is a Resident Evil prequel. I don't know. I was doing some stupid shit.
Well, the fun part about doing theories is it's just for fun. So,
exactly.
I mean, you could theorize anything.
Isn't this like the El
Gigante?
The giant in Resident Evil 4?
Yeah. I think it's exactly the same thing.
Except with the beard. Because everything deserves a beard.
One of them, one of the El Gigantes in Resident Evil 4 had a mask over his face or a beard. I couldn't tell what it was. But there was a second
I think
one.
they had a mask.
Yeah. What do you think about enemies in Resident Evil 7? Do you think we'll have the same kind of stuff? Bugs and creatures and animals and giant bosses? Or do you think it'd be more realistic?
I think that... Alright, going off like all the Resident Evil games in the past, like we had sharks, elephants, we had like so many different types of animal enemies. I think it would be like very bad if they don't put some type of enemy that's an animal. But I think we'll see a lot of classic enemies as well, just like revamped. Remember when they last showed off an enemy in the teaser? He looked very much like enemies in Resident Evil 4. I think that they're gonna have a lot of classic enemies come back in the game. I hope we see zombies though.
Yeah, I do too. They keep they show it like those things from where they do the photography, and it looks like a zombie, but it's also, you know, they're gonna add stuff when the computer hits it.
Yeah.
So it looks like a zombie now, but when they transform it on a computer, it could just be a guy that's infected. So yeah, I hope zombies, slow-moving zombies. That's my favorite.
Yeah. What do you think about the immortal family, the Bakers? Like, how are we supposed to kill them, or we're just not supposed to just run away from them?
Just like you were talking about earlier with Los Plagas, your video on that or whatever. In Resident Evil 4, like I shot the guy like 20 times in the head with the pistol and he didn't die. It seems like the Bakers are kind of like those Granado people.
Yeah.
Or they could be like Lisa Trevor, with like a better Lisa Trevor thing.
See, the thing about Las Plagas, though, like somebody has to be controlling them.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so who's?
Well, the little girl on the cover.
Yeah, that's actually pretty...
She's out in the background as kind of like, looks like she's like a puppet master. That's my thought, if that was the thing, the controller. But I also like Progenitor as well, because they're immortal and... Yeah.
Yeah. I think, because I've always wondered about that, I've always thought that that little girl was Lucas's sister, because of that picture and everything like that.
Yeah.
But she's like cast out or whatever. That's what I thought, because we saw her outside of the mansion in the beginning. It's actually pretty smart though, the fact that she's probably controlling the Bakers.
Wonder how many VHS tapes there'll be and how many characters we'll play as. Like, you know, you play as Mia for a minute. You'll probably play as the police officer that in the trailer.
God, please no.
I think you will. I think you're gonna have to play as him.
Because I actually watched one of your videos recently, something I had missed with the officer's body on the ground.
Yeah.
So like I was pretty sure that since he's a cop, he's gonna die no matter what.
Yeah, that was like everybody.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, everybody's like he's dead, and then so my life is I spent an hour and a half going through that video frame by frame, and I'm like, what? Where did this guy come from? And it was like 2 months after the tape came out. I'm like, are you guys sure I'm the only one who saw this? I think people had seen it before, but we got 20 people in the chat room right now, or in the video room, playing with Jon Ford. His link, his
old
link's
lady
in the
Luigi.
bottom. At the bottom right, you can see his YouTube link and his great.
What do you think is going on
stuff.
with Grandma Baker?
I
think that she's actually gonna help us out a lot throughout the game.
Yeah, I was thinking, is she actually related to them, or did they take over her house and they keep her alive in case somebody comes by, they wheel her to the door, oh yeah, it's her house. Or if she's, possibly transferred her mind into someone else's mind, and that's why she's like she could be controlling them. So I don't know. But yeah.
Do you think it's like Revelations 2? How Wesker Alex was trying to put her mind inside of Natalia.
Yeah, I think it's more your idea that you said in the beginning. That would be my guess as well, or my thought as well. But yeah, I'm trying to think of all the different ways that she could possibly affect the game.
Yeah, because I remember reading something from Capcom saying that will she be an enemy? Like, putting that out there that she actually might not be an enemy. And I think we meet her several times throughout the game. Like in the teaser part, how we just randomly walk up the stairs and she's there whistling the Aunt Rhody tune.
Yeah. Uh-oh, man, we're in a swamp right now. This is Resident Evil 7.
Oh my god. Except I hope Resident Evil 7 doesn't have us driving around.
Yeah, well, what if we have to drive a fan boat through the swamp? That's in every movie that takes place on the Everglades or in Louisiana, there's always a fan boat.
Yeah. That'll be cool, I guess. There has to be somewhere we have to travel across, right? I always thought the story right here was pretty cool. Yeah, that's what I like about Resident Evil 7, man. The fact that we're not getting any information about these characters. Yeah. Like, one thing I didn't like about Resident Evil 6 that the story was extremely predictable. Like, that's what I really did not like about Resident Evil 6. 7 is just, it's a lot different.
And will you be keeping your eye out next weekend, or is it 2 weekends? December 1st, the Video Game Awards, and then December 3rd and 4th, the PlayStation Experience, where they might release a new demo and tape.
There is no doubt in my mind that we're going to be getting some kind of trailer or something about Resident Evil 7. Since we're so close to the release date now, I feel like they're going to show another trailer and update the demo as well. Just like they did when they first showed the Resident 7 for the very first time. I'm not sure if you ever watched this video, but it was of a Japanese girl playing through the Lantern demo.
Oh yeah, when I do my stream, people request that I do certain scenes as that girl looking at the controller and screaming.
Yo, it's like that was such a fake reaction, man.
Oh yeah. Have you played the PSVR yet at all?
I was actually about to ask you about that. Do you really think Resident Evil 7 is worth dropping in another 400?
Definitely not. I mean, it would be really fun to do and kind of really scary, but I'm not planning on playing it through the first time in VR.
Black Friday was crazy. I was out in my house at 4 a.m. and I went to Green Acres Mall. Yo, there were so many people standing in front of the GameStop. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
I was like, it's not worth it.
Do you have any other places you're on? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anything that you...
Yeah, you can, if you guys want, you can check me out on Twitter, twitter.com/Jon543. I'm going to start posting a lot there. I have to really be more active on Twitter. I get a lot of messages from people.
I do not remember this. Now we're playing Wind Waker, Resident Evil Edition.
Here we go. Alright, so everybody knows my feelings on Resident Evil 6, but even I have to admit, in terms of story, that was probably one of the best Resident Evil stories in a long time, just because it was just so put together. It was perfect, but everything else about the game is I'm just gonna say it's bad. It's not the best. I have not played through Resident Evil 6 by myself. Like when I first got the game, one of my other friends, he bought it with me as well, and he literally played everybody's chapter with me. So now when I try to play it by myself, I just can't do it.
What do you when do you think the Resident Evil 2 information will come out?
after Resident Evil 7 is releasing or close to releasing.
Do you think they would package anything with Resident Evil 7, like a trailer, like when the game, buy the game and it comes with a trailer or anything like that, or?
Well, I don't remember any other Capcom games doing that. But if they want to hype up Resident Evil 2 Remake, I think they should definitely have some type of promotion with Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 2. And for information, definitely when Resident Evil 7 is close to release. That's what I've been predicting for a while now. Wait, did we get a piece here, or?
I didn't. I don't think.
Alright.
Yeah, I think that they don't want to. They don't want our buzz for Resident Evil 7 to switch over to Resident Evil 2 at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're just focusing on Resident Evil 7. In terms of completion, though, I think that Resident Evil 2 Remake will be released early next year. Like, I'd say around March, to be honest with you. I think they've been working on the game for such a long time.
Yeah, they announced
because fans have been asking for it.
They announced it in like August 6th, I think, of 2015. So it's been over a year since just they announced it. They could have been working on it before then. But
that's what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, but we haven't seen anything since. For over a year.
Because like you said, they don't want people... Because I think, like, the whole reason they're even deciding to do Resident Evil 2 Remake is not because the fans asked for it, but because I think they knew that the fans were going to be pissed off, like, when Resident Evil 7 first got announced, with the whole first-person thing. So I think to compensate for that, they're going to release Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is a third-person or fixed camera angle game, just to appease the fans. I want to play through Resident Evil 2, all of the stories, Leon A, Leon B, Claire A, and Claire B. Once we start getting more information on the game.
I think I'm going to wait to play it until the remake comes out, and I'm not going to play it in between or before then. When Fallout 4 came out, I was like, I'll play the old Fallout, and I played it for several days, and then I was like, I don't really feel like playing Fallout again. So I want to be like fully amped up for the remake of Resident Evil 2. So I'll play 3. I already did Code Veronica. Maybe 1 director's cut.
Alright, I'm gonna ask the million-year-old Resident Evil question. Do you think Steve will return?
Steve? I do not think so.
People have been asking for Steve to return since every game.
I heard a lot of people thinking Shiva was the woman on the phone. I don't really hear it, but that's been some people have said that.
I don't think it's Sheva because I feel Sheva has like a stronger accent.
Yeah.
I feel if it was Sheva, people will know instantly because she's from Africa, right? So I feel like her accent will be very, very strong. It didn't really sound like the woman on the phone had her accent, to be honest with you. I can't see Sheva ever really returning to a Resident Evil game. Like, I thought she was gonna be in Resident Evil 7. I thought her and Jill were both gonna be the stars of Resident Evil 7 at first. Before we got any information. I do want Sheva to return, but I don't think she would be.
Some people are hashtagging bring back Steve.
Everybody thinks that because Wesker had said that he might be alive.
Oh, he did. See, I don't even know this. There's so many games and the stories are combining. So I went through Resident Evil 6. I don't remember what happened in it. That was like 2 months ago because I played also Code Veronica and Resident Evil 1 and just keep playing all these games and forgetting the storyline.
This face, because like he got infected and Wesker wanted the Veronica virus that was inside of him. So he's like, he might be alive, and ever since then, people wanted the Canadian back. Right.
Claire! He kept saying
him?
that. Claire! And then when he finds out his dad, like, I don't remember what he found out, but he just starts the camera just goes on him for like a minute while he like starts crying, and then he falls to his knees. And, no.
Oh, that voice acting though. It was grade 8 voice acting.
Oh yeah, what is the thing that you were doing? I saw some tweets about it. Something about voice acting. Can you talk about that?
Oh, so something I've always wanted to do in Resident Evil 2 was to make an abridged series. It's basically like a comedic story of Resident Evil 2. So basically I want to voice act all the parts, but it's very hard for me to voice act. I suck at voice acting so bad. So basically every character is pretty stupid, I guess. Leon's supposed to be the awkward character because, like I said, he's late in Resident Evil 2 for his job because his girlfriend broke up with him and he drunk himself to sleep. So I want to make him like the awkward character. Claire the dumb character because she's a college chick or whatever. It's just something fun I wanted to do, but I cannot voice act at all.
Did you already write everything and do everything, or?
Yeah, I have the entire story from beginning to end played out already, all written in script.
And is it cutscenes that you just take the video from, or is it a cartoon, or?
It's cutscenes from the actual game, except I voice act over it.
Okay.
What's face? It's gonna be a mixture of cutscene and gameplay of like Leon and Claire arguing throughout the game like that. It's just it's a project I really want to do for a while. Just a whole twist on Resident Evil.
Yeah, there's not a lot of originality that you see on Resident Evil channels these days. It's a lot of everybody's doing the same theories and everybody's the same news stories. So anytime there's some kind of something different Resident Evil, it's interesting to watch, and people would like to see that.
I made the first episode, which took me such a long time to make. And I plan to, like, after I finish the entire abridged series for Resident Evil 2, I plan on going to Resident Evil Code Veronica X, but I really have to get that Steve voice acting now, because that's way too hard.
Yeah, and Quentin just reminded me that it's what he yells is, "Father!"
It's so bad, man. Oh god. I think Helena should return to the series, to be honest, because I think her voice actor was just amazing.
This is not Resident Evil, Claire.
I liked her character, but yeah, I like Jake and I like Helena in that one, and I hate Sherry. I hope Sherry never comes back. She's like Ashley Graham Part 2 or Part 1. I guess she was in the first.
No. Okay. I guess because Sherry, she actually puts in some type of work.
Yeah.
I guess.
I liked her character, but yeah, I like Jake and I like Helena in that one, and I hate Sherry. I hope Sherry never comes back. She's like Ashley Graham Part 2 or Part 1. I guess she was in the first.
No. Okay. I guess because Sherry, she actually puts in some type of work.
Yeah.
I guess. I like Sherry just because she's nostalgia, right? Seeing her all grown up and everything like that. Chat.
That was fun, John. Thanks for coming on. Thanks everybody who watched, and be sure to subscribe to John's channel and check out his videos and give him the thumbs ups that you've given to other people's videos. Would you like to say goodbye to everybody?
First off, Barry, thanks for having me on the stream. It was actually really fun. Despite the first 47 minutes. But to everybody in chat, I see you guys all over my videos. I want to thank you guys for supporting me, and I hope to see you guys on my channel.
Alright, thank you guys. See you later, John, and bye, Amanda.
Crimson Army, I hope you liked what Jon Ford had to say. Let me know in the comments about any guests you'd like to see on the show, and be sure to check out all of John's videos and follow him on Twitter. Links in the description. Thanks a lot, Zombs. See you later!